Good morning. This is Marla from Marla's Crafty, and I'm here to show a collaboration I'm in called from Beth from Bourbon Creek Crafts, her Use It Up 2020 collaboration. And this month, you're supposed to find something that's in your stash and use it up. This month, I chose these wooden boxes. They came... you can barely see it, but it says they came from Doris, but really, I got them from the thrift store. I think I paid $1.25 a piece for them. And I have had them so long. I remember being in the store buying these, and I had my toddler son with me, and he is going to be 12 next month. So these have been in my stash for a long time. So I finally decided to use them. So first, I covered these three in gesso, and I used this Vicky Bourbon gesso and just covered it up, painted them white. I did not paint this one because I couldn't find it at the time. You can tell this one is a little darker, and I had to go over it with several coats. So I painted these three white first, and then I started painting. And I used some sprays. I used this glimmer mist for this one, and this one is called Money Bags. And then I used these Delusion ink sprays. The pink one for this one, and then a combination of blue, I think this one, and then I used some of this to tone down. This is the white linen. So I painted them first, and then I decided to put some stencil paste on there. I used different stencils for each one. So for the side of this one, you can see the little medallions. That is a stencil that came from the Dollar Tree. And I have wore this stencil slap out. I think it has stenciled its last stencil. So then on the top of this one, I used this Prima stencil. And I had gotten this at Hobby Lobby on clearance. And then for this one, I used this Heidi Swap stencil. And then for the other two, for this one and this one, I use the Tim Holtz stencils. Now, for the stencil paste, I use different stencil paste for each one. So for this one, I ended up using a Bow Bunny. It's a shimmer paste. It's cotton candy. This one was kind of dried out. It was hard to get it to stencil on there, so it was really thick, which on the sides, it did really well. And then this one is this Brea Reese Glossy Dimension, and this one was also a little dried out. It made it hard to stencil on there, but I did what I could. And then for these two, I used this Bow Bunny glitter paste for this one, which I love how it turned out, even though it was kind of messy on the sides, but I don't mind the way it looks. And then for this one, I used this Vicky Bourbon Rose Gold Glaze. Now that one is very goopy. And you can tell it's very liquidy. So I had to be careful with that one. Okay. let's go to what I used for each one. And I'm going to start with this one. This one, I made it simple. I used the little diamond ribbon that I found at Michael's. I think I have had this for a while, trying to use it up. So I used that on the side of this one and this one. And then on the top, I had this white lace. And I sprayed it with the Delusions ink. And it turned it this gorgeous purple color. I love it. This was actually a bigger medallion, and I cut it up so that it would kind of form into a heart when I glued it on there, but I love how that turned out. So simple. Okay. So this one, after I had stenciled the one side, it didn't want to, it was very hard to get that stencil on there. And going around curves is not the easiest. But I kind of took like a grunge approach. I just thought, I kind of like it. It's kind of messy. And stencil paste in general is messy, but I'm washable. So once I stenciled it, then I took some Delusion spray and just kind of dripped it. And then I die cut this heart out of scrap paper, and I used some stickers. And then I used this. It is one of those faux wax seals from Target. I think I bought this several years ago. And then I just used a sticker sentiment backed on some glitter paper and a little gem. It'll be perfect for Valentine's Day. This one is probably my favorite. This one I had sprayed the pink, and then I kind of went over it with a little distress ink. You can tell that stencil paste is not perfect on curves, but that's okay. I kind of like the messy. The flowers, they were just in my stash. I honestly think somebody gave them to me. These little teeny tiny flowers right here are actually Tim Holtz flowers. And they come like this. And then I had just sprayed them with the ink spray. And they turned out like that. And then I had these little bitty flowers in my stash. And I added the gems. And then this is a gem sticker. And this is a die cut from Spellbinders. It's this one. I used that big one right there, called Splendid Circles. So I had that on this one and this one, but you can barely see where this one is. And then on this butterfly is a Tim Holtz, a Sizzix die. And what I did there is I used my metallic watercolors from Master's Touch, and I painted this whole sheet. And I was really messy with it. Just used different colors that I liked. You can see the shimmer there. And then I splattered some of the silver on there. Just let it dry, and then I die cut the butterfly and bent it a little bit and just attached it. And if you look on the bottom side, you can see that it's white. But I love how that turned out. It's just gorgeous. Okay. And for the last one, someone gifted me this flower a really long time ago. It has been in my stash for at least 5 years. So I thought, I'm going to get rid of it. And then I was in a swap with someone, and they gifted me these little flowers right here. They had made them. And then you can see I used some of the same kind of diamond ribbon, just peeking out. And then this right here, this little with the tendrils, it is a die from Spellbinders. And it looks like that. And I die cut it out of this metallic paper that is kind of, it's not really silver, it's not really bronze, but it's pretty. I like it. And then this right here is a die from Cuttlebug. And I had gotten it when it came on clearance. It's this one right here. Anyway, that's what I made this month, using it up. I'm so glad I'm in this collab. If you want to see the other participants, you can look up the hashtag UseItUp2020. Anyway, I can't wait to see what everybody else does. Have a great day. Bye.